Bob's Breakfast.
Good morning, I'm Graham Mack and welcome to the annual G-Emmy Awards, which take place on this date every year to celebrate the birthday of BOBfm. This year the radio station is turning 3 years old. The G-Emmys are prestigious awards that celebrate outstanding achievement in achievement. Nominees this year include President Donald Trump, Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, Hollywood movie star Scarlett Johansson, Chancellor of the Exchequer Hammond, insecure Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger, leader of the Labour Party Jeremy Corbyn, dodgy pilot Harrison Ford, former government advisor Lord Heseltine, and North Korea's supreme leader Kim Jong-un. It's going to be a special occasion. I hope you can stick around and enjoy this year's G-Emmy Awards live on BOBfm.
It's Bob's Breakfast.
Let's get into the first of our G-Emmy Awards of the morning. And the first category is Awkward Situation. The nominees for the G-Emmy for Awkward Situation are Donald Trump for being caught describing where he likes to grab women, Jackie for the passionate moment in the motorhome, and Boris Johnson for everything he says and does. And the G-Emmy for Awkward Situation goes to Jackie for the passionate moment in the motorhome.
On Sunday, I went camping with my husband. He had this motorhome transferred into this transit van, and so we decided to go and sleep for a night in it. So we went to Sway, which is New Forest, and the van wasn't very straight. We were listing, really. So anyway, when I got some, I think they're called skids, things that goes under the wheels.
Yeah.
So it feels all level.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we decided to have a cuddle in the afternoon, and one thing led to another.
Uh-huh.
And at the crucial point, the van fell off the skids.
No.
We dropped about 2 foot.
Were you okay?
Oh, I said, oh my God, what was that? And he said, just ignore it, just ignore it. Of course he hadn't.
Oh, no, all right. I get the picture.
And
Jackie.
And I started laughing, right? And he said, please stop laughing, you're really putting me off.
Stop it. Jackie, thanks for oversharing this morning. Thank you.
Bob's Breakfast.
It's the third annual G-Emmy Awards, and now we come to the category of theft. Nominated for the G-Emmy for theft this year are Melania Trump for her speech during the presidential campaign, the Chancellor, Hammond, for announcing he's going to raise national insurance contributions for the self-employed, and Jeremy Corbyn for stealing any hope of Labour getting elected. And the G-Emmy for theft goes to Melania Trump. You've probably heard that Donald Trump's wife has been accused of nicking bits of her speech from Michelle Obama, the current First Lady. I've done a comparison and I've put the two back to back for you to hear. See if you think that one has stolen from the other.
Values, like you work hard for what you want in life.
The values that you work hard for what you want in life.
I mean, those two sound pretty similar to me.
That your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
That your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise.
Pretty close.
That you treat people with dignity and respect.
That you treat people with respect.
Because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
I put it to you, based on the evidence you're about to hear, that Melania Trump has also stolen from somebody even more important than Michelle Obama. Listen to this.
He will never, ever give up. And most importantly, he will never, ever let you down.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
He will never, ever give up. He will never, ever let you down.
Bob's Breakfast.
Happy birthday to BOBfm. Yep, we're turning 3 years old today. And to celebrate, I bring you the 3rd annual G-Emmy Awards, recognising outstanding achievement in achievement and excellence in the field of excellence. The next category is the G-Emmy Award for Waste of Time. And the nominees are the British Parliament for the Brexit debate, I Love Savings for the semi-automated nuisance phone call, and Scarlett Johansson for her marriage. And the G-Emmy for Waste of Time goes to I Love Savings for the semi-automated nuisance phone call. Let's go to the phone. Who's this?
My name is Martin.
Hello, Martin. What can I do for you?
Hiya.
Hi.
My name's Martin, and I'm calling from I Love Savings.
I Love Savings.
The survey
Okay.
focuses
Yeah.
on
Okay.
bills
Wait,
like
Martin,
your energy, mobile
Martin.
phones,
Slow
and
down.
internet. Yes.
And what can I do for you this morning? You're from I Love
Carrying out
Savings.
a quick survey today.
You're doing a
Wanted
what?
to ask you a couple of questions.
Quick
to see
survey?
if we can save you some money. Is that okay?
Save me some money on what?
The survey focuses on bills like your energy.
Yeah, Martin,
mobile
slow
phones,
down.
and
Martin, are
internet.
you a human being or a recording?
Yes.
Yeah, one or the other. Which are you? Are you a human being or a recording?
Yes.
Yeah, which one? You're a recording, aren't you?
No.
You're not a recording. You are a live person. I'm talking to a live person here.
Yes.
Okay. What's your last name, Martin? Martin?
I'm sorry. I don't know the answer to that, I'm afraid.
Honestly, this is like talking to Siri.
Sorry?
Martin, am I talking to a human
Yes.
being or a recording?
Uh-huh.
Martin, are
This
you...
is all pre-recorded messages operated by a live person.
You cannot be pre-recorded and live. It's impossible.
Yes.
Yes, it is impossible. You agree that it is impossible?
No.
You don't agree that it's not impossible. Martin, you're making no sense. Martin, are you a complete idiot?
No.
How do you know that for sure? You sound like one.
No.
You do sound like one. I'm telling you, you sound like one.
This is all pre-recorded messages operated by a live person.
Martin,
We
that's
use
impossible. You
pre-recorded
can't
messages
be
to ensure
a pre-recorded
we have 100%
message.
compliance on all our calls.
Martin, you can't be pre-recorded and a live message. You're one or the other. Which one are you?
Yes.
This software is crap.
Yes.
I'm glad we agree on something.
Bob's Breakfast.
I'm Graham Mack. It's the G-Emmy Awards 2017. Now it's time for the award for misconception. The nominees are ITV for believing that people would actually watch The Nightly Show. The people who voted for Donald Trump for thinking he's fit to be president. And my wife for the conversation in the lobby. And the G-Emmy goes to my wife for the conversation in the lobby. It's always nice to get an unexpected compliment. yesterday, Julie, my wife, she's talking to a lady in the lobby of the block of flats where we live. Now, Julie's in her 40s. The lady looked at Julie, tilted her head to one side and said, "Are you 23? Well, Julie gave a polite giggle and made a minor adjustment to her hair. And then the lady carried on. Because there's some mail here for 23 that's ended up in our mailbox.
Bob's Breakfast.
Happy birthday to BOBfm. We're 3 years old today. And to celebrate, it's the annual G-Emmy Awards. Now, the next G-Emmy is for Most Frustrating Tech. The nominees are Samsung televisions for being used as bugging devices by the CIA, Siri for just being annoying, and the Apple Watch, because we keep hearing about it, but no one owns one and no one wants one. And the G-Emmy for Most Frustrating Tech goes to Siri. You still using Siri on your iPhone, the electronic helper?
I used it once when I bought the phone, and that was it.
Yeah,
I don't get on with
it's
it.
frustrating. Well, I've had a love-hate relationship with Siri. let me just. Hey Siri, what is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have no friends.
Okay, you see how irritating she becomes?
She's very irritating with that answer.
Hey Siri, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It depends on whether you are talking about African or European wood.
Hey Siri, what are you wearing?
You have the wrong personal assistant.
Okay.
Bob's Breakfast.
It's the third annual G-Emmy Awards, and we come to the part of the ceremony where we celebrate civil disobedience. The nominees for the G-Emmy in civil disobedience are the anti-Trump protesters for events around the world, Darren for throwing bottles at the police, and the third runway protesters for blocking the tunnel to Heathrow Airport. And the G-Emmy goes to Darren.
Yeah, he was getting people to ring up about giving speeches and stuff.
Yeah, what have you had to do?
Well, when I was at school, I've got a school report in front of me, and I had to give, not a speech, but I had to talk about my hobby, which was digging up antique bottles and stuff.
Right.
My English teacher, Mrs. Fife, put, Darren's reading aloud is of a satisfactory standard and he has a confident and easy manner when presenting a talk to an audience. I should like to thank him for giving an excellent talk to the entire second year about his hobby, a talk which was received with great enthusiasm.
So you didn't decide to go into that line of work?
I've got a great interest in antiques, and my living room is a bit like a museum, to be perfectly honest with you, Graham. I'm still into antiques, but I ain't got so many bottles left because I had a fallout with the police when they came round one day and smashed most of them.
Oh, what was that all about?
Usual, like when I was at that age, around about 1980, to be honest with you, they didn't like me, and when they came round, they just used to upset me and upset my mum. So I lost the plot one day, and got arrested and was in the Welling Times for the siege of Sweetbriar. But it weren't a siege; it was just me throwing all me antique bottles at them in anger.
Oh, I see. They thought it was a siege situation, and you were just throwing bottles at them. It was as innocent as that.
Yeah. there.
What's the world come to? What's the world come to, Darren, when you can't throw a few bottles at a few policemen without being accused of staging a siege?
Well, they shouldn't come round and upset me, then, should they? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
They soon learn not to come round and upset me.
Yeah, well, yeah. It sounds like they didn't learn that because you ended up going to jail.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, when I was in there, I didn't get any hassle from them then, did I?
Yeah, well, you know why not? They probably think, don't bother with Darren. He's got a lot of bottle.
Yeah.
Bob's Breakfast.
Recognising outstanding achievement in achievement and excellence in excellence. The G-Emmy Awards. Now we come to the award for phobia. The nominees for Best Phobia in the G-Emmy Awards 2017 are 52% of the British public for Europhobia, Sarah for Gigantogerogynophobia, and Scotland for Anglophobia. And the G-Emmy goes to Sarah!
I do have a strange phobia. It's tall old ladies.
What is it that's so scary about tall old ladies?
It's not right. Old ladies should be tiny. Little old lady. The saying's little old lady. You see a big tall old lady. Oh, it just freaks me out. I cannot bear tall old ladies. I get a little shudder when I see somebody. And I have a friend who's quite tall, and I keep saying to her, we can't be friends when you're old because I have a phobia of tall old ladies.
That is horrible.
Bob's Breakfast.
I'm Graham Mack, bringing you the 3rd annual G-Emmy Awards. Now we come to the award for surprise. The nominees are Gary for raw fish, Kim Jong-un for the execution of his half-brother, and Lord Heseltine for suddenly being sacked as a government advisor. And the G-Emmy goes to Gary for raw fish.
I went to Japan and met one of my friends over there, and we went for a sit-down menu in a Japanese restaurant.
Right.
So we sat there, and his girlfriend ordered some sushi up.
Yeah.
So this fish appeared, cut down past the gills, all the way down and back with a big steak through it, all the meat and everything it chops up with some salad on top.
Yeah.
And I thought, I started to eat some stuff, and what was that? And then looked sideways, looked at the fish again, and thought, well, that was a bit strange. And then I saw its gill start moving, its mouth started moving, and everything else. It had just been pulled out of the tank, chopped down the side, and put on my plate. It's absolutely revolting.
It was alive, and you were eating it, and it was looking at you while you were devouring it.
Basically, a live sushi, yeah. It was still, it was just wrong, but there you go.
Was that the end of the meal, or did you finish it?
No, I didn't finish that. That was the end of the meal at that stage, and yeah.
Ah!
This is Bob.
It's BOBfm's 3rd birthday today, yes, March the 10th, and on this date every year we celebrate with the annual G-Emmy Awards. We come to the category now for the G-Emmy for Comedy Double Act. The nominees are David Cameron and Theresa May for The End and the Beginning, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin for their weird relationship, and Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon and wee Jimmy Krankie for being hard to tell apart. And the G-Emmy for Comedy Double Act goes to David Cameron and Theresa May for The End and the Beginning. David Cameron, gonna be a tough act to follow for Theresa May. Did you see Prime Minister's Question Time?
It was just a big joke yesterday. Cameron trying to get as many jokes in as possible.
It was the David Cameron stand-up act, and it was quite funny.
When it comes to women Prime Ministers, I'm very pleased to be able to say pretty soon it's going to be 2-0. Let's just take the last week. We both have been having these leadership elections. We got on with it. We've had resignation, nomination, competition and coronation. They haven't even decided what the rules are yet.
David Cameron, stand-up comedy. Going down well with the crowd.
Oh, absolutely. If they ever got into power, it'd take them about a year to work out who would sit where.
The comedy stylings of David Cameron. Come back out here, Mr. Cameron. Take a bow. The comedy stylings, David Cameron, the Westminster Wag. The comic of the Commons. Bringing hilarity to the house. Can we hear it once again for the one and only David Cameron? Amazing. And you think Theresa May, follow that. Can you play what you just played in the news? I don't think it was going well. To follow that, Theresa May does this.
When we take the big calls, we'll think not of the powerful, but you. When we pass new laws, we'll listen not to the mighty, but to you. That will be the mission of the government I lead.
What a contrast.
Tumbleweed.
Absolutely.
It's not happening, is it? So there we are thinking, oh dear, our new Prime Minister just doesn't. After the stand-up performance of David Cameron, our new Prime Minister just doesn't have it. But then she fires George Osborne and then appoints Boris Johnson as Foreign Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy stylings of Theresa May. Theresa, come back out here. Let's have a bow. Theresa May, ladies and gentlemen.
Bob's Breakfast.
It's the third annual G-Emmy Awards, celebrating excellence in excellence and outstanding achievement in outstanding achievement. The next category is the G-Emmy for Lost and Confused. The nominees are Leo for Lake District Disorientation, the British government for Where We're Headed After Brexit, and Cyclists in Lycra for riding on public roads but thinking they're in a velodrome or on a track. And the G-Emmy for Lost and Confused goes to Leo for Lake District Disorientation.
So basically, I was in the Lake District, and we literally ran out of power on the phone, and we didn't have any maps, unfortunately. So we decided to keep going straight along this along this really dark, narrow hill. My dad was driving, and I was just a passenger.
Yeah.
So he kept driving along, and kept going until we just saw a dead end, and then suddenly we just saw this one sheep at the end of the road. We thought, oh God, it's like 9 p.m, and there's just this one sheep just lying in the end of the road. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So we were just completely like lost. And then for some reason, the sheep just kept going forwards. So we followed the sheep. We kept following the sheep along the road.
Because you had no other ideas. You thought we might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we had no other idea. So our only navigation is this wet, drowned sheep just following this road. So we thought, we may as well. Okay, let's go for it. So it was like 9:30 at night. It was pitch black. We just kept going and going. So we followed this sheep going along the road, and then all of a sudden we just somehow made it to town by the sheep. We were just following the sheep for about a good 20 minutes, and somehow we made it.
You navigated by sheep.
Yeah, this one stray sheep, and then the farmer came along and said, "Oh, you found the sheep." Yeah,
sheep nav.
You made us found the town.
Oh, had he lost the sheep?
Yeah, apparently he lost.
Oh, so everybody was a winner. The sheep took you back to town. The farmer got his sheep back.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bonus for everyone. We couldn't believe it.
Wow, that's amazing. Now I know what it means when you buy a sat-nav. It tells you how much RAM it's got.
This is Bob.
And we come to the most important award of the entire ceremony this year. It's the award for Liar of the Year. The nominees are Mystery Girl at the bus stop for the whopper she told Ben, the Conservative government for promising not to increase national insurance, and Donald Trump for almost everything he says. And the G-Emmy for Liar of the Year goes to Donald Trump for everything he says. And this is special because Donald is listening right now in Washington, D.C. President Trump is attending a special G-Emmys party. It's late at night there. Our video link shows him. He's approaching the stage now. He's collecting his award. We can cross now live to Washington, D.C. for Donald Trump's acceptance speech for winning the G-Emmy. Very excited crowd there, winning the G-Emmy for Liar of the Year. Mr. President.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. For those who have chosen not to support me in the past, of which there were a few people, I'm reaching out to you for your guidance and your help. I've spent my entire life in business. By the way, second to none. I want to tell the world community, I'd like to take this moment to thank some of the people who really helped me with this, what they are calling tonight, very, very historic victory. First, I want to thank my parents, who I know are looking down on me right now. Great people. I've learned so much from them.
What's that? What's the problem?
They were wonderful in every
Well, I opened
regard.
this one. That's the one, right?
Parents. I
What are you
also
saying?
want to
That
thank
I should
my
have opened
sisters,
that
Marianne
one?
and Elizabeth, who are
Well,
here with us tonight.
Really?
And where are they? They're here someplace. They're
What are we
very
going to do
shy,
now?
actually.
It's
And my brother Robert, my great friend.
well, he's in the
Where is
middle of his
Robert?
acceptance
Where is
speech.
Robert?
We're live to Washington.
My brother Robert.
He's halfway through it.
And they should all be on
Well,
the
how
stage.
can I tell the
but
president he hasn't won?
That's okay.
What are you talking about?
They were great. And also
And I'm-
my late brother Fred. Great
Excuse
guy,
me, Mr.
fantastic
Trump, if I can just step in here,
Fantastic family. I was
Mr.
very
Trump,
lucky.
Mr. Trump,
Great
you haven't
brothers,
won.
sisters,
We mixed up the envelopes.
Melania?
The envelopes were mixed up, Mr. President. I'm very sorry. You didn't win Liar of the Year. I'm sorry. I can show you the paper. It says there. It's from a different category. The actual winner of Liar of the Year is Mystery Girl at the bus stop for the whopper she told Ben.
I remember waiting for a bus, and I bumped into this very, very attractive girl, and I started talking to her.
Yeah.
And I talked to her for about 20 minutes, and she just moved into the area, and she got on the bus and she went, and the next few days I thought, gosh, she was very pretty. I didn't get her phone number, but I remember she told me where she lived.
Yeah.
The thing is, I couldn't remember her name.
Right.
And I knocked on the door and the parent answered. I remember it was a Friday night and they were in the middle of dinner and I explained and said, listen, I met your daughter at a bus stop and I thought she was very nice. I must have sounded like a complete lunatic.
Yes.
And the dad was like, oh, very well, we'll come in. And he invited me in and the family were having dinner around the table. It was like a scene from Godfather. and they said, listen, do you want some dinner? Sit down. Where do you go to school? And I was there for about 20 minutes and they're like, oh, Michelle's upstairs in the shower. She'll be down. And I thought, well, this is a very friendly family.
Yeah.
And after 20 minutes, I had some dinner. The girl comes down, and it's not even the right girl.
Now, is this girl as pretty as the other girl?
I don't think she was, incidentally.
Right.
But I got a free
Okay.
dinner.
Yes.
So, this girl had sent me to completely the wrong house.
Oh, she'd lied to you and
Yeah.
set you up with. Oh, do you reckon
No,
she?
I don't even think she knew who lived here.
Oh,
just
she
gave me
she
some
panicked. She panicked and gave you any old address she could think of.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you have to feel sorry for the family who thought that they'd finally found someone for this
Well,
girl.
no, the thing is, on my way out, though, the dad slipped me the phone number of the daughter. That was the ironic thing.
He slipped you a mobile number.
Yeah, he gave me her mobile number. So a very nice young man, give her a call.
Oh, you made quite the impression. Did you ever follow that up, Ben?
I don't think I did.
Bob's Breakfast.